South America is a continent sculpted by extremes, where the world's longest mountain range, the Andes, carves a jagged spine through the land, and the Amazon, Earth's largest rainforest, breathes life into a million forms. Here, nature's palette is bold and unrestrained, painting a landscape of snow-draped summits, emerald jungles, and sun-baked plains. In these wild expanses, every habitat is a world unto itself. The icy winds of the high Andes test the endurance of pumas and guanacos, while the humid embrace of the rainforest shelters a cacophony of life, each species locked in a perpetual dance of survival. Along the riverbanks, capybaras gather in wary herds, ever alert to the silent approach of the jaguar. The jaguar, a master of stealth, slips through the shadows, its rosette-marked coat blending seamlessly with dappled light. Overhead, the Andean condor circles, its vast wings riding thermals as it scans for the remains of a hunt, ready to fulfill its role as nature's cleaner. Herbivores like guanacos and deer are the architects of the grasslands, their constant grazing shaping the vegetation and their wandering hooves carving trails that become lifelines for countless smaller creatures. As they feed, seeds cling to their fur or pass through their bodies, sowing new life across the plains and forests. Scavengers, such as caracaras and vultures, descend upon the aftermath, stripping bones clean and halting the spread of disease, ensuring the cycle of life continues unbroken. Every footprint in the mud tells a story of connection. The jaguar's path may cross that of a tapir, whose foraging opens up the forest floor for new growth. In the shifting light of dawn and dusk, the landscape itself transforms. Rain clouds gather over the Amazon, while the Patagonian steppe glows gold beneath the setting sun, each environment nurturing its own cast of characters. To truly understand this continent, we must journey deeper into the tangled heart of the jungle, across the wind-lashed peaks and through the endless grasslands. Here, the puma moves with silent precision among the rocks, a solitary hunter whose presence shapes the fate of every creature it encounters. The guanaco, resilient and ever watchful, endures the biting cold and fierce winds, its thick coat and nimble legs a testament to generations of adaptation. The maned wolf, with its long, stilt-like legs, glides through the tall grass, its keen nose searching for fruit, insects, or the occasional rodent. Despite its name, it is neither wolf nor fox, but a unique survivor of the South American savanna. The crested caracara, ever opportunistic, surveys the land from its perch, ready to scavenge or hunt, adapting to whatever the day may bring. Each animal is a living chronicle of evolutionary ingenuity. The puma's muscular frame and acute senses make it a formidable predator, able to stalk prey across treacherous terrain. The guanaco's complex digestive system extracts nourishment from the toughest Andean grasses, while its social structure, herds led by vigilant sentinels, offers protection from danger. The maned wolf's omnivorous appetite allows it to thrive where others might starve, and the grey brocket deer, cloaked in subtle hues, melts into the undergrowth at the first sign of threat. These adaptations are not merely responses to the environment. They are the result of countless generations of trial and error, of survival and loss. The web of life here is intricate and ever-shifting. Predators keep herbivore numbers in check, preventing overgrazing and allowing forests and grasslands to regenerate. Herbivores in turn shape the very structure of their habitats, while scavengers and decomposers ensure that nothing is wasted, returning vital nutrients to the soil. This is the story of South American wildlife, a story not of isolated species, but of a living, breathing network of relationships. Every animal, every plant, every drop of rain and gust of wind plays a part in maintaining the delicate balance of this extraordinary continent. Here, the struggle for survival is fierce, but so too is the beauty of coexistence, resilience, and the relentless drive of life itself. In the vast, untamed wilds of South America, the puma, also known as the cougar or mountain lion, stands as a paragon of stealth and power, embodying the very essence of predatory mastery in the animal kingdom. Every aspect of the puma's physique is engineered for silent movement and sudden, overwhelming force. Its body is a seamless blend of strength and agility, allowing it to move with a ghost-like presence through the thickest brush or across open terrain. Adult pumas can weigh over 200 pounds, yet their frames remain sleek and muscular, stretching nearly 5 feet in length. This combination of mass and flexibility gives them the explosive power needed for both pursuit and ambush. The puma's coat is a marvel of natural adaptation, shifting in hue from greyish-brown in the high mountains to pale yellow in the sunlit grasslands. This uniform coloration acts as living camouflage, allowing the puma to vanish into its environment, whether it is stalking prey or evading larger predators. In the dappled light of dawn or dusk, the puma becomes almost invisible, a shadow among shadows. This ability to disappear is not just a defensive tactic, but a critical element of its hunting strategy. Its long, flexible tail acts as a counterbalance, granting the puma remarkable stability as it navigates steep cliffs, leaps between boulders, or makes hairpin turns in pursuit of prey. This agility is essential for both stalking and sudden attacks. The puma's senses are honed to near perfection. Its acute hearing, keen eyesight, and sensitive whiskers allow it to detect the faintest movement or sound, even in dense cover or low light. Each ear can rotate independently, capturing the subtlest rustle of a rodent in the grass or the distant alarm call of a bird. This directional hearing enables the puma to triangulate the position of prey with astonishing accuracy. Its vision is equally formidable. The puma's eyes are adapted for twilight and night, times when many of its prey are most active and visibility is at its lowest. A specialized reflective layer, the tapetum lucidum, amplifies available light, granting the puma exceptional night vision. This adaptation allows it to hunt with precision in near darkness, giving it a decisive edge over its prey. The puma's wide, padded paws are designed for silence. Each step is cushioned, muffling the sound of movement, and allowing the cat to approach its quarry undetected, even across brittle leaves or loose gravel. When the time to strike arrives, the puma's patience transforms into raw power. It launches itself from a crouched position with astonishing acceleration, covering ground in a blur of motion. Unlike many predators that rely on endurance, the puma is a specialist in ambush. It uses the landscape, rocks, tall grass, and dense thickets to conceal its approach, waiting for the perfect moment to launch a short, decisive chase. In these critical seconds, the puma can reach speeds up to 43 miles per hour, closing the gap with breathtaking swiftness. Its acceleration is matched only by its ability to change direction in an instant, outmaneuvering even the most agile prey. The attack is a display of lethal precision. With claws unsheathed and muscles coiled, the puma leaps, targeting the most vulnerable points of its prey. Its preferred tactic is to seize the nape of the neck or the throat, using its powerful jaws and curved canines to deliver a fatal bite. With a bite force of nearly 400 pounds per square inch, the puma can sever the spinal cord or suffocate its victim in moments, ensuring a swift and humane kill. The hunt is often over in mere seconds, a testament to the puma's efficiency and skill. For small to medium-sized animals, more than 80% of puma attacks are resolved in under 10 seconds, minimizing risk and energy expenditure. After a successful hunt, the puma's survival instincts remain sharp. It must protect its hard-won meal from opportunistic scavengers and larger carnivores. The puma will often drag its prey to a hidden location, deep within a thicket beneath a rocky outcrop, or into a secluded ravine, using both strength and cunning to avoid detection. There, it carefully conceals the carcass with leaves, soil, and branches, masking the scent and sight from scavengers such as foxes, vultures, and caracaras. This strategy allows the puma to return to its cache over several days, feeding in safety and ensuring that every part of its kill is used. In the relentless contest for survival, the puma's blend of stealth power and intelligence secures its place as one of nature's most formidable hunters. The guanaco stands as a living testament to the relentless spirit of the Andes, a region where only the most resilient creatures survive. But the guanaco is not alone in this struggle. Across the wind-battered steppes and jagged peaks, a remarkable cast of wildlife has evolved to endure the extremes of this formidable landscape. As a close, wild relative of the domestic llama, the guanaco is perfectly adapted to the high-altitude cold and the relentless Patagonian winds. Its slender body and long, elegant legs allow it to traverse rocky slopes and open plains with ease, while its thick, two-layered coat insulates against freezing nights and scorching days. Standing up to 4 feet at the shoulder, the guanaco's physique is built for endurance. Its powerful lungs and efficient blood oxygenation enable it to thrive where the air is thin and the weather unforgiving. The guanaco's thick, two-layered coat is a marvel of natural engineering. The coarse outer guard hairs shield against wind and rain, while the soft, dense undercoat traps warmth close to the body. This double coat is not just for warmth, it also provides camouflage. The golden-brown hues blend seamlessly with the arid grasslands and rocky outcrops, helping the guanaco avoid the watchful eyes of predators. The Andean environment is a place of extremes, biting winds, sudden snowstorms, and searing sun. Here, survival means more than just endurance. It demands constant adaptation. Water is scarce, and the guanaco is a master of conservation. It can survive for days without drinking, extracting precious moisture from the tough, dry plants that dot the landscape. Its digestive system is uniquely adapted, with a 3-chambered stomach that breaks down fibrous vegetation, allowing the guanaco to draw nutrients from roots, old leaves, and even bark during droughts. At dawn, guanacos seek out dew-laden plants, maximizing their water intake before the sun evaporates the morning moisture. When water is found, it is a precious resource, shared with other wildlife, foxes, birds, and even the elusive Andean cat, all converging at the rare mountain streams. The guanaco's ability to digest tough, fibrous plants is mirrored by other Andean survivors. The vizcacha, a rabbit-like rodent, gnaws on woody shrubs, while the Andean condor soars overhead searching for carrion in the vast emptiness. During the harshest droughts, guanacos dig for roots and strip bark from shrubs, a testament to their resourcefulness. In these moments, every bite is a victory against the elements. Social bonds are another key to survival. Guanacos form tight-knit family groups, working together to spot danger and share the best grazing grounds. Each group is led by a dominant male, the relincho, who stands guard and leads the herd to safety at the first sign of trouble. From high vantage points, the relincho scans for threats: pumas, the region's top predator, or the stealthy Andean fox, both ever watchful for an opportunity. When danger approaches, the male's piercing call echoes across the steppe, sending the herd into swift, coordinated flight, a spectacle of survival honed by generations. This vigilance is shared by other Andean animals. The vicuña, a smaller camelid, forms large herds for protection, while the Andean tinamú, a ground-dwelling bird, relies on camouflage and quick bursts of speed to evade predators. The guanaco's grazing shapes the ecosystem, keeping plant growth in check and opening up space for a diversity of species to thrive. By feeding on low-lying vegetation, guanacos prevent any one plant from dominating, maintaining the delicate balance of the steppe. Their well-trodden trails become lifelines for other animals, armadillos, hares, and even insects, allowing movement and access to food and shelter. Even waste is recycled. Guanaco droppings fertilize the soil, nourishing the next generation of plants. Communal latrines become hotspots of life, attracting insects and decomposers that break down organic matter, returning vital nutrients to the earth. This cycle of endurance and renewal is echoed by every creature that calls the Andes home. From the soaring Andean condor, riding thermals high above the peaks, to the elusive Andean fox and the hardy vizcacha, each animal has carved out its own strategy for survival, Together they form a living tapestry of endurance, adaptation, and resilience, true emblems of the Andean wild. The maned wolf, a solitary wanderer of South America's vast grasslands, is among the continent's most distinctive and mysterious mammals. Its presence is a rare and captivating sight, often glimpsed at dawn or dusk, as it moves silently through the golden savannas of the Cerrado. Despite its name, the maned wolf is neither a true wolf nor a fox, nor does it share close kinship with hyenas. Instead, it stands alone, as the only surviving member of the genus Chrysocheon, meaning golden dog, a lineage that diverged from other canids millions of years ago. Its unmistakable silhouette is defined by a slender, elongated body balanced atop remarkably long, stilt-like legs. These legs are not merely for show, they are a vital adaptation, elevating the animal above the tall grasses and giving it a commanding view of its surroundings. Standing nearly a meter at the shoulder, the maned wolf can easily peer over the dense vegetation of the Cerrado, a sprawling mosaic of grasslands, scrub and scattered trees that forms its primary habitat. Its elongated muzzle, oversized ears and bushy tail further distinguish it from other canids, creating a profile that is both elegant and enigmatic. The maned wolf's coat is a striking reddish-orange, blending seamlessly with the sun-bleached grasses during the dry season. A bold black mane runs from the nape of its neck down its back, lending the animal its common name and serving as a visual signal to others of its kind. This mane is not merely ornamental. When threatened or seeking to assert dominance, the maned wolf can erect the long hairs along its neck and shoulders, making itself appear larger and more formidable to rivals or would-be predators. This display, combined with a deep, resonant roar bark, is often enough to deter intruders and avoid direct confrontation, a crucial strategy for a largely solitary animal. The maned wolf is a master of stealth and patience. Its long legs allow it to move quietly through the grass, and its keen senses help it detect the faintest rustle of potential prey. Rather than chasing down its quarry, the maned wolf relies on ambush tactics. It uses its height to spot small animals from afar, then approaches with calculated silent steps. With acute hearing and a sharp sense of smell, it can locate rodents, birds, and other small creatures hidden in the undergrowth. When the moment is right, the maned wolf launches itself in a sudden, high leap, pinning its prey with swift precision. This hunting style is both energy-efficient and effective in the open savanna. Yet, unlike most large canids, the maned wolf is not a strict carnivore. Its diet is astonishingly varied, reflecting the unpredictable nature of its environment. It consumes a wide array of foods, from small mammals and birds to insects, reptiles, and a remarkable assortment of fruits and plant matter. Mice, rabbits, birds, lizards, and frogs are all on the menu, but the maned wolf's adaptability is most evident in its willingness to exploit whatever resources are available. In fact, more than half of its diet can consist of plant material, especially during times when animal prey is scarce. The maned wolf is particularly fond of the lobera, or wolf's apple, a tomato-like fruit that is abundant in the Cerrado and provides vital nutrients and moisture. This fruit is so integral to the maned wolf's survival that it has become synonymous with the animal itself, and its consumption is crucial during the dry season when water is scarce. The ability to digest both animal and plant matter allows the maned wolf to endure the harsh fluctuations of the savanna, thriving where more specialized predators might fail. This omnivorous lifestyle also gives the maned wolf a vital ecological role as a seed disperser. By consuming fruits and traveling long distances, it spreads seeds across the landscape, aiding in the regeneration of native plants. The maned wolf's territory can span up to 30 square kilometers, and as it roams, it deposits seeds in its droppings, often far from the parent plant. These seeds, encased in a natural fertilizer, have a greater chance of germinating and establishing new growth, helping to maintain the biodiversity of the Cerrado. The Cerrado is one of the world's most biologically rich savannas, and the maned wolf's activities are essential to the health and resilience of this ecosystem. As both predator and gardener, the maned wolf shapes the landscape in subtle but profound ways. Its solitary existence, unique adaptations, and ecological importance make it a true icon of South America's wild heart, a living testament to the intricate balance of life in the grasslands. Among the open grasslands and sprawling wetlands, a striking figure surveys the world from above, the crested caracara. Unlike its falcon relatives, this bird of prey has carved out a niche all its own, shattering expectations with its unconventional habits and remarkable adaptability. Though it shares ancestry with falcons, the caracara's daily life is more reminiscent of a vulture or a crow. It is often seen mingling with other scavengers, unafraid to join the communal feast or assert its place among the crowd. The caracara is a master of opportunity. It forages with a keen eye, ready to exploit any food source, be it a fresh kill, discarded remains, or even the spoils of another bird's labor. Its intelligence and resourcefulness are legendary among sky-watchers. With a wingspan stretching over 4 feet, the caracara commands attention as it glides low over the landscape, scanning for the faintest sign of opportunity. Its appearance is unmistakable. A bold black crest crowns its head, while a vivid orange-red face and creamy neck contrast sharply with its dark chocolate-brown plumage. This striking coloration signals both confidence and individuality. Unlike most raptors that soar and stoop from the sky, the caracara is just as comfortable on the ground. It strides purposefully across open fields, its gait exuding a rare blend of poise and determination. As a scavenger, the caracara plays a vital ecological role. It is nature's janitor, meticulously cleaning up carcasses that would otherwise rot and spread disease. Whether it's feasting on roadkill or the remains of a predator's meal, the caracara's appetite for carrion helps maintain the delicate balance of its ecosystem. By swiftly removing decaying flesh, the caracara curbs the spread of harmful bacteria and parasites, protecting both wildlife and the land itself from potential outbreaks. This relentless cleanup effort is a silent but crucial service, ensuring that the cycle of life continues unimpeded. Yet, the caracara is no mere scavenger. Its diet is astonishingly diverse, ranging from beetles and grasshoppers to lizards, frogs, and even small mammals. It adapts its hunting style to whatever the moment demands. Opportunistic to the core, it will raid nests for eggs or nestlings, demonstrating both cunning and agility as it navigates the tangled branches. Every aspect of the caracara's physique is tailored for versatility. Its long, sturdy legs allow it to cover ground quickly, while its sharp gaze misses nothing. Its talons, though not as razor-sharp as those of hawks, are powerful and dexterous, perfect for pinning down wriggling prey or tearing apart tough hides. This adaptation reflects its preference for manageable prey and scavenging, rather than grappling with large, dangerous animals. The caracara's beak is its most formidable tool, hooked, robust, and capable of slicing through sinew and bone. It is the key to unlocking meals that others cannot reach. This specialized beak allows the caracara to exploit food sources that remain inaccessible to less well-equipped birds, giving it a unique advantage in the wild. Ever vigilant, the caracara balances boldness with caution. It constantly surveys its surroundings, weighing every risk and reward with practiced precision. This acute awareness allows it to seize fleeting opportunities while avoiding unnecessary danger, a survival strategy honed over millennia. The caracara is not above confrontation. It will boldly challenge vultures and other raptors for a share of the spoils, using intimidation and quick reflexes to snatch a meal. Yet, when faced with a formidable predator, such as a puma standing guard over its kill, the caracara's pragmatism prevails. It keeps a respectful distance, biding its time. Patient and persistent, it waits for the right moment to dart in, snatch a morsel, or return once the coast is clear. This delicate balance of daring and restraint has enabled the crested caracara to flourish across a vast array of habitats, from the windswept pampas of South America to the sun-drenched plains of the north. It is a testament to the power of adaptability, a true opportunistic sky-watcher, shaping and sustaining the wild places it calls home. Deep within the tangled forests and shadowy woodlands of South America, a world of elusive creatures thrives, rarely glimpsed by human eyes. Among these, the grey brocket deer stands as a true phantom of the forest floor, its presence more often sensed than seen. The grey brocket deer is a master of invisibility, perfectly adapted to a life spent weaving through dense undergrowth and shadowy thickets. Its compact, agile body, standing just 2 feet at the shoulder, lets it slip silently between tangled roots and low branches, vanishing at the slightest hint of danger. Its coat, a seamless blend of ash-grey, brown, or muted earth tones, mimics the dappled light and leaf litter of the forest floor. This cryptic coloration is not just camouflage, it is a shield, rendering the deer nearly invisible to both predators and prey. Even in broad daylight, a brocket deer can stand motionless among tree trunks and fallen leaves, undetected by all but the most patient observer. The forest floor is a realm of constant vigilance and subtlety. Here, survival depends on more than speed or strength. It demands silence, patience, and the ability to disappear. The grey brocket deer embodies these traits, relying on stillness and stealth rather than flight. When startled, it does not leap in alarm like other deer. Instead, it darts with astonishing speed into the thickest vegetation, melting into the shadows and leaving no trace behind. This elusive lifestyle is shared by many of the forest's lesser-known inhabitants. Small mammals, reptiles, amphibians, and countless insects have evolved cryptic patterns, muted colors, and secretive behaviors to avoid detection. Some, like the brocket deer, freeze in place, trusting their camouflage to protect them. Others burrow beneath the leaf litter or cling motionless to mossy roots, blending seamlessly with their surroundings. The grey brocket deer's survival strategies extend beyond concealment. As a browser, it has developed a highly selective diet, feeding on the most nutritious and tender parts of the forest's vegetation. Young leaves, fresh shoots, fallen wild fruits, and soft bark make up the bulk of its meals. This selectivity ensures the deer receives maximum nourishment while minimizing exposure to toxins or tough, indigestible plant matter. Remarkably, the brocket deer can stand upright on its hind legs, bracing against tree trunks to reach leaves and fruits far above the reach of other ground-dwelling herbivores. This unique adaptation allows it to exploit food sources that would otherwise be inaccessible, giving it a crucial edge in the competitive world of the understory. The forest floor is a mosaic of micro-habitats, each teeming with life. The brocket deer's solitary or paired existence reduces competition for food and helps it remain undetected. It is most active during the crepuscular hours of dawn and dusk, when the interplay of light and shadow offers the greatest protection from predators. During the heat of the day, it retreats to the coolest, most concealed thickets, relying on its camouflage and the dense vegetation to stay safe. The brocket deer's role in the ecosystem is subtle yet profound. By browsing on dominant plant species, it helps maintain the balance and diversity of the understory. Its selective feeding prevents any one species from overwhelming the forest floor, allowing a rich tapestry of plants to flourish. Like many elusive forest dwellers, the brocket deer is also a vital seed disperser. As it consumes fruits, seeds pass through its digestive system and are deposited across the forest, promoting the regeneration and spread of fruit-bearing trees and shrubs. This quiet, constant movement shapes the very structure of the woodland, ensuring its resilience and diversity for generations to come. The forest floor is a world of secrets, where survival depends on blending in, moving quietly, and seizing every opportunity. The grey brocket deer, with its unique adaptations and understated presence, is a living testament to the power of subtlety and the intricate web of life that thrives beneath the forest canopy. Across the wild landscapes of South America, the predator and prey relationship is a powerful force, shaping not only the fate of individual animals, but the very structure of entire ecosystems. Every day, a silent drama unfolds, one that is as ancient as life itself. Here, survival is not guaranteed, and every adaptation, every behavior is honed by the relentless pressure of this ongoing contest. In the windswept Patagonian steppe, the puma and the guanaco are locked in a perpetual struggle. The puma, a master of stealth, uses the undulating terrain and sparse vegetation to approach its quarry undetected. Its tawny coat blends seamlessly with the golden grasses, and each muscle is primed for the explosive burst of speed required to close the final gap. The guanaco, meanwhile, is far from defenseless. With eyes set high on its head, it scans the horizon for the faintest sign of danger. The herd's social structure is a marvel of cooperation. One animal stands sentinel, ready to sound the alarm at the first hint of a predator's approach. When a puma is detected, a shrill alarm call ripples through the group, triggering a coordinated flight. The guanaco's long legs and agile bodies allow them to bound across the open plains at remarkable speeds, often outpacing their pursuer. This constant threat has shaped the guanaco's evolution, favoring those with sharper senses and faster reflexes. In turn, only the most cunning and physically fit pumas are able to succeed, ensuring that both predator and prey are in a constant state of refinement. The outcome of each encounter ripples through the ecosystem. A successful hunt means nourishment for the puma and her cubs, but also a reduction in grazing pressure on the land, allowing vegetation to recover and other species to thrive. This relationship is not a simple contest of strength, but a complex web of interactions. The presence of predators influences where and when prey feed, shaping the very landscape itself. Predators like the puma must constantly refine their hunting techniques, learning to anticipate the movements and strategies of their prey. Young pumas practice stalking and pouncing, honing skills that will one day determine their survival. Failure is common. Most hunts end in defeat, and only the most adept hunters survive to pass on their genes. This natural selection ensures that each generation is better equipped for the challenges of the wild. The result is a population of predators in peak physical condition, each one a testament to the unforgiving standards of nature. In the dense forests, the grey brocket deer faces a different set of challenges. Here, concealment is key. The deer's muted colouring and cautious movements allow it to melt into the shadows, evading the watchful eyes of jaguars and pumas. When danger is near, the brocket deer can vanish in an instant, darting into the thickest cover. This behaviour forces predators to develop patience and acute senses, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Jaguars and pumas must rely on their sense of smell and hearing, moving silently through the undergrowth, ever alert for the faintest sign of prey. On the open savannas, the maned wolf presents a unique case. Its elongated legs are not just for speed, but for seeing above the tall grasses, giving it an advantage in spotting small mammals and birds. The wolf's hunting style is a blend of patience and agility. It listens for the rustle of movement, then pounces with precision, relying on both sight and sound to locate hidden prey. In response, rodents and other small creatures have developed remarkable strategies. Some dig elaborate burrows, while others freeze in place, relying on camouflage and stillness to avoid detection. The maned wolf's omnivorous diet is a testament to its adaptability. When prey is scarce, it turns to fruit such as the labera, supplementing its diet and reducing pressure on small animal populations. This dietary flexibility has ecological consequences. By consuming fruit, the maned wolf helps disperse seeds, supporting the regeneration of native plants and maintaining the balance of the ecosystem. Such interactions highlight the interconnectedness of predator and prey. Their relationship is not merely adversarial, but a driving force behind the health and diversity of the environment. Even the crested caracara, a scavenger by nature, plays a vital role. It patrols the grasslands, ever watchful for opportunity. By targeting the weak, sick, or young, the caracara acts as a natural filter, removing individuals less likely to survive and thrive. This process, though seemingly harsh, strengthens prey populations over time, ensuring that only the healthiest animals contribute to the next generation. The mere presence of a predator or scavenger can alter the behavior of entire herds, making them more vigilant and responsive to threats. From the stealthy puma to the opportunistic caracara, each species is both a product and a shaper of its environment. Their interactions drive adaptation, resilience, and the breathtaking diversity of life that defines South America's wild places. In this eternal contest, every adaptation tells a story of survival, and every encounter leaves its mark on the land. In the intricate web of life, every species is more than a mere participant. Many are true architects, shaping the very world around them. Their actions, often subtle, sometimes dramatic, engineer the environment, create opportunities for others, and maintain the delicate balance that sustains entire ecosystems. Consider the guanaco, a keystone herbivore of the Patagonian steppe. Its selective grazing sculpts the landscape, preventing the dominance of aggressive grasses and shrubs. By keeping the vegetation in check, the guanaco fosters a mosaic of plant heights and densities, which in turn supports a rich diversity of insects, birds, and small mammals. The open spaces it maintains allow wildflowers to flourish, attracting pollinators and enriching the food web. As guanacos move across the steppe, their hooves carve winding trails through the grasslands. These paths become vital corridors, not only for their own kind, but for armadillos, foxes, and even the elusive puma. The trails connect water sources, feeding grounds, and shelter, knitting the landscape into a living network of opportunity and movement. In the Cerrado savanna, the maned wolf stands as a bridge between the animal and plant worlds. Unlike most carnivores, it consumes vast quantities of fruit, especially from the lobera plant. As it roams across great distances, the maned wolf deposits seeds in nutrient-rich droppings, often far from the parent plant. This seed dispersal is crucial for the regeneration and genetic diversity of the savanna's flora, allowing new plants to colonize open ground and recover after fire or drought. The absence of the maned wolf would ripple through the ecosystem. Without its seed-spreading journeys, certain plants would struggle to reproduce, and the structure of the grassland would shift. This demonstrates how a carnivore's diet can shape the very fabric of a plant community, influencing which species thrive and which fade away. Deep in the forest, the grey brocket deer quietly engineers the understory. Its browsing is highly selective, nipping tender shoots, leaves, and fruits. This shapes the composition of the forest floor, favouring some plants over others. The deer's choices affect the abundance of insects that feed on those plants, which in turn influences the birds and small mammals that prey on the insects. In this way, the brocket deer's daily foraging sets off a cascade of ecological effects, subtly steering the direction of forest growth and diversity. By consuming fruits and dispersing seeds, the brocket deer also ensures the renewal of the forest. Its droppings plant the next generation of trees and shrubs, maintaining the cycle of life in the shadowy understory. Though shy and seldom seen, this deer is a silent gardener, tending to the future of the forest with every step. Even the end of an animal's life is an act of environmental engineering. When a puma makes a kill, it leaves behind remains that become a feast for scavengers. The crested caracara is often the first to arrive, followed by a procession of birds, mammals, insects, and finally microbes. Each species plays a role in breaking down the carcass, returning vital nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus to the soil. These nutrients fuel the growth of plants, which are then grazed by herbivores like the guanaco, closing the loop in a cycle that connects predator, prey, scavenger, and plant. The decomposition process is a powerful force, recycling life's building blocks and ensuring the productivity of the ecosystem. Across the globe, countless other animals act as ecosystem engineers. Termites build towering mounds that aerate the soil and create microhabitats for reptiles and insects. Beavers dam streams, creating wetlands that support fish, amphibians, and waterfowl. Leafcutter ants cultivate underground fungus gardens, shaping the forest floor. Elephants open up dense woodlands, making space for grasses and new trees. Otters and prairie dogs dig burrows that provide shelter for dozens of other species. Even coral polyps, tiny as they are, construct vast reefs that shelter multitudes of marine life. These architects, large and small, visible and hidden, are the foundation of their worlds. Through their unique behaviors and relationships, they create, modify, and sustain the environments upon which all life depends. In every corner of the wild, the story of survival is also a story of construction, connection, and the enduring legacy of nature's greatest engineers. The wildlife of South America is a living testament to the planet's evolutionary ingenuity, a priceless natural heritage shaped by millions of years of adaptation and resilience. From the dense, emerald rainforests of the Amazon to the windswept grasslands of the Cerrado and the misty heights of the Andes, this continent harbors some of the most diverse and unique ecosystems on Earth. Each species, whether the elusive puma, the resilient guanaco, the enigmatic maned wolf, or the powerful jaguar, plays a critical role in maintaining the balance of their respective habitats. These animals are not isolated entities, they are keystone species, shaping the structure and function of entire ecosystems. The loss of even a single keystone species can trigger cascading effects, disrupting food webs, altering vegetation patterns, and diminishing the ecosystem's ability to recover from environmental stressors. The disappearance of the jaguar, for example, can lead to unchecked herbivore populations, which in turn degrade forest regeneration. Today, these intricate systems face unprecedented threats. Rampant deforestation, driven by agricultural expansion and illegal logging, is fragmenting habitats at an alarming rate. Wildfires, often set intentionally, sweep through once untouched forests, while poaching and wildlife trafficking decimate vulnerable populations. Preserving these species and their habitats is not merely an act of compassion. It is a scientific and ecological imperative. Healthy, intact ecosystems provide essential services. They regulate the climate, filter water, store carbon, and support the pollinators and natural cycles that sustain agriculture and human life. The Amazon rainforest alone produces 20% of the world's oxygen and is home to more than 10% of all known species. The Pantanal, the world's largest tropical wetland, acts as a natural flood buffer and supports a dazzling array of aquatic and terrestrial life. The maned wolf, with its unique diet of fruits and small animals, is a vital seed disperser in the Cerrado. By spreading the seeds of native plants, it helps regenerate grasslands and maintain the region's biodiversity. The puma, as a top predator, regulates herbivore populations, preventing overgrazing and soil erosion. Its presence ensures the stability of mountain and grassland ecosystems, safeguarding them from the threat of desertification. Protecting these animals means preserving the very fabric of life that supports countless other species, from the smallest insects to the tallest trees. The survival of iconic species like the Andean condor, the spectacled bear, and the giant anteater is intricately linked to the health of their habitats. Each faces unique challenges: habitat loss, climate change, and competition with invasive species. Conservationists are employing advanced technologies, such as camera traps and satellite monitoring, to track elusive species and assess ecosystem health. These tools provide critical data for designing effective protection strategies. Across South America, the establishment of national parks, biological reserves, and wildlife corridors is helping to safeguard critical habitats. These protected areas serve as refuges for endangered species and as living laboratories for ecological research. Anti-poaching patrols, often operating in remote and challenging terrain, are on the front lines of the fight against wildlife crime. Their vigilance is essential to curbing illegal hunting and trafficking. Restoration projects are underway to rehabilitate degraded landscapes, reintroduce native species, and restore natural fire regimes. Scientific research guides these efforts, ensuring that interventions are effective and sustainable. The preservation of South America's natural heritage is not only about charismatic mammals and birds. It encompasses the entire web of life, from orchids and bromeliads to insects and amphibians, that underpins ecosystem resilience. Every conservation success story is a testament to the interconnectedness of life. When a wetland is restored, it benefits not only the giant river otter and the caiman, but also countless fish, birds, and plants that depend on healthy water systems. The future of South America's wildlife depends on our ability to protect and restore these vital landscapes. The choices made today will determine whether these ecosystems continue to thrive or fade into memory. The story of South American wildlife is a profound reminder of nature's complexity and fragility. It is a story of adaptation, survival, and the intricate bonds that tie all living things together. Every adaptation, every interaction, is a chapter in the ongoing saga of life, a saga that we have the power to influence. We stand at a crossroads. We can allow this vibrant tapestry to unravel, or we can choose to mend and protect it, ensuring that future generations will witness the silent grace of a puma in the mountains or the striking silhouette of a maned wolf in the grasslands. The responsibility is immense, but so is the opportunity. By acting now through science, stewardship, and unwavering commitment, we can secure the legacy of South America's wild places for centuries to come. As the golden sun dips below the horizon and the rainforests, wetlands, and highlands of South America are cloaked in darkness, an entirely different world awakens. In the cool, inky hours of the night, the continent's most elusive and efficient predators emerge from their daytime refuges, perfectly adapted to rule the shadows. Deep in the Amazon, the ocelot glides silently across the forest floor. Its dappled coat blends seamlessly with the shifting moonlight and tangled undergrowth. With acute night vision and razor-sharp hearing, the ocelot stalks small mammals, birds, and reptiles, relying on stealth rather than speed. Every step is calculated, every movement deliberate, a masterclass in patience and precision. Elsewhere in the flooded forests and riverbanks, the spectacled caiman patrols the dark waters. Its eyes, reflecting like twin embers, scan for the faintest ripple or movement. With a sudden burst of power, it ambushes unsuspecting prey, fish, amphibians, or even the occasional capybara, demonstrating the raw efficiency of an ancient lineage. Above the forest canopy, the common potu, a master of camouflage by day, transforms into a relentless nocturnal hunter. Perched motionless, it waits for a moth or beetle to stray close, then launches in silent pursuit. Its enormous eyes pierce the darkness, allowing it to track even the faintest flutter of wings. In the arid Chaco and Patagonian steppe, the pampas cat prowls beneath the stars. Nearly invisible in the scrub, it uses its keen sense of smell and acute hearing to locate rodents and birds hidden in the grass. Each hunt is a delicate balance of caution and opportunity, as larger predators like the puma also roam these lands after dusk. Meanwhile, the greater fishing bat skims over moonlit ponds and rivers, guided by echolocation. It swoops low, talons outstretched, plucking fish from the water's surface with astonishing accuracy. This aerial predator's nighttime forays are a testament to the diversity of hunting strategies found in South America's nocturnal realm. But the night is not only a time for hunting, it is a delicate dance of survival. Prey species have evolved their own defenses, cryptic coloration, warning calls and the safety of numbers to counter the relentless pursuit of nocturnal hunters. Each encounter is a silent duel, a test of adaptation honed by countless generations. In this world of shadows, every sound is amplified, every movement carries risk and reward. The secret lives of South America's nocturnal predators reveal a hidden layer of the continent's biodiversity, a realm where the ancient rhythms of hunt and escape, adaptation and survival play out unseen by human eyes. The darkness is not empty. It is alive with purpose, power, and mystery. And as dawn approaches, the predators of the night retreat once more, leaving behind only faint traces, the whisper of fur in the grass, the ripple of water, and the echo of wings that hint at the wild dramas that unfold after sundown. Beneath the emerald canopy of the Amazon rainforest, every living being is bound by invisible threads, interconnected in a web of life both fragile and astonishingly resilient. Here, survival is not a solitary pursuit, but a complex dance involving millions of species, from the tiniest decomposer to the mightiest apex predator. At the forest floor, leafcutter ants march in endless columns, harvesting vegetation with military precision. Their bounty is not for themselves, but for the subterranean fungus they cultivate, a symbiotic relationship that fuels entire colonies and recycles plant matter back into the ecosystem. As the ants work, they become prey for hungry tamanduas, whose long tongues probe tunnels in search of a protein-rich meal. Above, the understory teems with activity. Fruit-laden trees attract troops of capuchin monkeys and flocks of toucans. As these animals feast, they scatter seeds far and wide, ensuring the next generation of rainforest giants. Meanwhile, stealthy emerald tree boas lie in wait, coiled along branches, ready to ambush a passing bird or small mammal. Amidst the foliage, army ants surge in coordinated raids, flushing out insects, spiders, and even small vertebrates. Opportunistic birds like the antbird follow closely, snapping up fleeing creatures, a vivid example of how one predator's hunt can be another's feast. In the rivers, piranhas patrol murky waters, feeding on fish, crustaceans, and the occasional unlucky animal that strays too close to the edge. Giant river otters, apex hunters of these waterways, rely on their speed and teamwork to catch fish, while caimans lurk nearby, ever watchful for an opening in the food chain. Even in death, the cycle continues. Fallen leaves, decaying wood, and animal remains nourish legions of fungi, bacteria, and detritivores. These decomposers break down organic matter, releasing essential nutrients to feed the rainforest's roots and sustain new growth. Every interaction, predation, pollination, decomposition, threads another strand in the Amazon's intricate food web. Disrupt one link and the reverberations are felt throughout the system. This delicate balance, evolved over millennia, is the foundation of one of the most biodiverse places on Earth. In the Amazon, nothing exists in isolation. Each life, no matter how small, plays an irreplaceable role in the grand tapestry of survival. The rainforest's food webs are a testament to nature's ingenuity, complexity, and enduring power, a living network where every connection matters. Across the vast landscapes of South America, the rhythm of life is marked by epic migrations, timed ancient journeys that shape the fate of entire ecosystems. From the windswept grasslands of the Pampas to the flooded forests of the Amazon, wildlife moves in response to the changing seasons, rainfall, and the eternal search for food and safety. In the remote reaches of the Pantanal, the world's largest tropical wetland, thousands of jabiru storks rise with the morning mist. As the dry season approaches and water recedes, fish and aquatic invertebrates become concentrated in shrinking pools. The storks, along with herons and spoonbills, converge in spectacular numbers, feeding in synchrony before dispersing once the rains return and the wetlands swell anew. Above the Andean highlands, condors glide on thermal currents, sometimes traveling over 200 kilometers, in a single day to reach carrion scattered across the mountains. Their movements, dictated by the availability of food and the harshness of the altiplano climate, help to recycle nutrients across vast distances. Meanwhile, the Amazon's pink river dolphins follow the flood pulse, an annual rise and fall of river levels that transforms forests into aquatic labyrinths. As waters expand, the dolphins venture deep into submerged woodlands, tracking schools of migrating fish that spawn in newly accessible habitats. When the floods subside, both predator and prey retreat to the main channels, their cyclical movements maintaining the delicate balance of the river ecosystem. On the open plains, herds of capybaras and marsh deer shift with the seasons, seeking fresh grazing grounds and water sources. Their migrations, though less conspicuous than those of birds or fish, are vital for the dispersal of seeds and the health of grassland habitats. At the southern tip of the continent, Magellanic penguins embark on one of South America's most remarkable migrations. Each year, they leave their breeding colonies along the Patagonian coast, swimming northward for thousands of kilometers to richer feeding grounds, before returning to raise their young. These migrations are more than mere movements. They are lifelines that connect distant habitats, synchronize ecological processes, and sustain countless species along the way. Yet, as climate patterns shift and landscapes change, the future of these ancient journeys hangs in the balance. For now, the migrations of South America's wildlife remain a breathtaking testament to nature's resilience and adaptability, living rivers of life flowing with the pulse of the continent itself. Beneath the towering trees and sweeping grasslands of South America, an invisible army is at work. Insects, often overlooked yet utterly indispensable, form the living foundation upon which entire ecosystems depend. Their numbers are staggering, their diversity unrivaled, and their roles, though subtle, are vital in maintaining the delicate balance of life across the continent. In the Amazon rainforest, leafcutter ants march in endless columns, carrying fragments of leaves many times their own weight. Far from being mere pests, these industrious insects cultivate underground fungus gardens, recycling plant material and enriching the soil with nutrients. Their tunnels aerate the earth, allowing roots to breathe and water to penetrate, quietly shaping the health of the entire forest. Elsewhere, clouds of butterflies and bees flit from flower to flower, orchestrating the pollination of thousands of plant species. Their tireless journeys ensure the survival of fruits, nuts, and seeds that feed countless animals, from tiny monkeys to towering tapirs. Without these winged pollinators, the vibrant tapestry of South American flora would unravel, threatening the survival of creatures up and down the food chain. Among the fallen leaves, dung beetles toil in the shadows, rolling and burying animal waste. Their actions may go unnoticed, but they play a crucial role in nutrient cycling, soil formation, and even controlling parasites that might otherwise spread disease among larger animals. Termites, too, are silent engineers. In the savannas and wetlands, their towering mounds regulate temperature and moisture, providing shelter not just for themselves but for reptiles, amphibians, and even birds. Their constant decomposition of dead wood returns vital minerals to the earth, fueling new growth and sustaining the green pulse of the landscape. Even the smallest insects, midges, mosquitoes, and aquatic larvae form the base of intricate food webs. They provide essential nourishment for fish, frogs, and birds, linking the watery world of rivers and wetlands to the forests and plains beyond. Together, these tiny titans weave a web of life that supports the grandeur of South America's wild places. Though their work is often hidden, its impact is profound, a reminder that in nature, even the smallest creatures can tip the scales of balance and resilience. As the world grapples with the far-reaching consequences of climate change, South America's wildlife faces unprecedented challenges. The continent, renowned for its biodiversity, is witnessing shifts in climate patterns that are altering the very fabric of its ecosystems. From the Amazon rainforest to the Andean highlands, The impacts of a warming planet are being felt by creatures great and small. In the Amazon, rising temperatures and changing precipitation patterns are leading to more frequent and severe droughts. The once humid rainforest is becoming increasingly arid, stressing plant life and reducing the availability of food and water for its inhabitants. Jaguars, the apex predators of this lush environment, find their hunting grounds shrinking as prey species decline. Capybaras and tapirs, crucial herbivores, struggle to find the water sources they depend on, their populations dwindling as a result. High in the Andes, the effects of climate change are equally stark. Glaciers, the lifeblood of many mountain ecosystems, are retreating at an alarming rate. The Andean condor, a majestic symbol of the highlands, finds its scavenging grounds altered as the availability of carrion shifts with changing temperatures. The spectacled bear, South America's only bear species, faces shrinking habitats as tree lines move higher and agricultural activities encroach on their territory in search of new arable land. The coastal regions are not spared either. Rising sea levels and increasing ocean temperatures threaten the delicate balance of marine ecosystems. Sea turtles, which have nested on South American beaches for millennia, face the dual threat of eroding nesting sites and skewed sex ratios in hatchlings due to warmer sands. Mangroves, crucial nurseries for countless marine species, are being inundated, their loss impacting fish populations that sustain both wildlife and local communities. Freshwater systems, the lifeblood for countless species, are also under siege. The Pantanal, the world's largest tropical wetland, is experiencing altered flood cycles. This shift disrupts the breeding patterns of caimans, capybaras, and the iconic jaguar. Fish species, crucial both ecologically and economically, struggle to adapt to changing water levels and temperatures, threatening the intricate food webs they support. In the vast savannas known as the Cerrado, erratic weather patterns and prolonged dry spells alter the landscape. The giant anteater, an emblematic species of these grasslands, finds its insect prey less abundant. Fires, both natural and human-induced, become more frequent and intense, altering habitats faster than species can adapt. Amid these changes, the resilience of South American wildlife is being tested like never before. Species that have thrived for millennia are now facing existential threats. The interconnectedness of these ecosystems means that the loss of one species reverberates throughout, impacting others in unforeseen ways. Yet, amidst the gloom, there is hope. Conservation efforts, guided by scientific research and indigenous knowledge, are being intensified. Protected areas are being expanded, and rewilding projects aim to restore balance. The fight against climate change is a global one, but its impacts are deeply personal for the creatures of South America. As the world comes to grips with the reality of climate change, the fate of South America's wildlife serves as a poignant reminder of the urgent need for action. The time to act is now, to preserve the vibrant tapestry of life that defines this remarkable continent. In the heart of South America, survival is not only a tale of competition and predation, but also of remarkable alliances. Here, countless species have forged intricate partnerships, symbiotic relationships that ensure mutual survival and shape the very fabric of the ecosystem. Deep within the Amazon, the leafcutter ant and its underground fungus exemplify nature's teamwork. These industrious ants harvest fresh leaves, not for their own consumption, but to cultivate a special fungus. The ants feed the fungus with carefully cut leaf fragments, and in return, the fungus provides nourishment for the colony. This mutual dependence has allowed both species to thrive, transforming the forest floor into a bustling metropolis of cooperation. High in the rainforest canopy, the bromeliad plant cradles small pools of rainwater in its leaf axils. These miniature reservoirs become vital habitats for tree frogs, insects, and even small fish. The bromeliads offer shelter and breeding grounds, while their aquatic guests contribute nutrients through their waste, enriching the plant's growth. This tiny oasis sustains a microcosm of life high above the forest floor. In the drier Cerrado, The maned wolf serves as an unexpected gardener. This elegant canid feasts on the fruit of the lobeira, or wolf apple, dispersing its seeds far across the savanna. The seeds pass unharmed through the wolf's digestive tract, sprouting into new plants and ensuring the survival of both species in a landscape shaped by fire and drought. Even the mighty jaguar participates in this web of alliances. By preying on capybaras and peccaries, jaguars regulate herbivore populations, preventing overgrazing and allowing new vegetation to flourish. This, in turn, supports countless insects and birds, all interconnected in a delicate balance. Symbiosis in South America is not limited to the obvious. Microscopic fungi intertwine with tree roots, helping plants absorb essential nutrients from the soil. In return, the plants feed the fungi with sugars produced through photosynthesis. This hidden partnership underpins the towering rainforests, fueling their incredible diversity. These alliances are the quiet architects of South America's biodiversity. Each partnership, born of necessity and refined by evolution, weaves together the tapestry of life. In a world of constant change, these bonds of cooperation offer resilience and hope, ensuring that the wonders of the wild endure for generations to come. Beneath the shimmering surfaces of South America's rivers, lakes and wetlands, a hidden world thrives, a realm where survival depends on remarkable adaptations. Here, aquatic wildlife has evolved ingenious strategies to flourish amid powerful currents, murky depths, and ever-shifting environments. In the vast Amazon River, the pink river dolphin, or boto, stands out with its flexible neck and elongated snout. Unlike its oceanic relatives, the boto's vertebrae are unfused, allowing it to twist and turn with agility through flooded forests in search of fish and crustaceans. Its echolocation is finely tuned, sending out clicks and whistles that pierce the silty water, painting a sonic map of the submerged labyrinth. Gliding silently nearby, the giant otter forms tight-knit family groups. Webbed feet and streamlined bodies propel them swiftly through the water, while dense, water-repellent fur insulates against the chill. Their sensitive whiskers detect the faintest ripples, leading them to hidden prey among tangled roots and submerged logs. The Amazon's armored catfish, or plecos, have developed bony plates that shield them from predators and abrasive debris. Their mouths are shaped like suction cups, allowing them to cling to rocks in rushing currents and scrape algae from submerged surfaces. A vital adaptation in nutrient-rich but often turbulent waters. In the Pantanal wetlands, the Yacaré caiman reigns. This formidable reptile can remain motionless for hours, eyes and nostrils just above the waterline. Powerful jaws and a muscular tail make it a master ambush predator, while a special valve in its throat prevents water from entering its lungs as it snatches prey beneath the surface. Meanwhile, the arapaima, one of the largest freshwater fish on Earth, surfaces with a resounding gulp. In oxygen-poor waters, it relies on a modified swim bladder that functions as a lung, allowing it to breathe air. This adaptation enables the arapaima to thrive in stagnant backwaters where few others can survive. Even the tiniest aquatic dwellers reveal extraordinary resilience. The glass frog's translucent skin provides camouflage among overhanging leaves, while its aquatic tadpoles cling to rocks in fast-flowing streams with specialized mouthparts. In the flooded forest, electric eels generate powerful shocks, both to stun prey and to communicate in the dark, silty water. Each of these adaptations is a testament to the relentless ingenuity of life. From armored scales to flexible spines, from breathing air to sensing vibrations, South America's aquatic wildlife has mastered the art of survival in water's ever-changing embrace. Together, they form a living mosaic beneath the surface, a world as rich and complex as the forests above. In the arid heartlands of South America, where rain is scarce and the sun reigns supreme, a different kind of struggle unfolds. Here, in deserts like the Atacama and Patagonian steppe, life clings to the margins, forging survival through remarkable ingenuity. Beneath the relentless blue sky of the Atacama, the driest non-polar desert on Earth, the elegant vizcacha scurries among rocky outcrops, with thick silvery fur to insulate against nighttime chills and large ears that radiate excess heat by day. It emerges at dawn and dusk, foraging on sparse vegetation. Its digestive system extracts every drop of moisture from its meager diet, ensuring not a single resource is wasted. Nearby, the Darwin's leaf-eared mouse demonstrates a masterclass in water conservation. It rarely drinks, instead deriving all necessary moisture from seeds and insects. Its kidneys are specialized to concentrate urine, minimizing water loss, an essential adaptation in a landscape where streams run dry for years. Above the sands, the lesser rhea, a flightless bird, strides across the Patagonian steppe. Its broad feet distribute weight, preventing it from sinking into loose soils, while its muted plumage blends perfectly with the tawny grasslands. During the hottest hours, rheas shelter in the shadow of low bushes, conserving precious energy. Reptilian residents like the Patagonian horned lizard employ camouflage as both shield and sword. Its spiny, earth-toned skin mirrors the pebbles and scrub, rendering it nearly invisible to predators and prey alike. When threatened, it relies on sudden bursts of speed to vanish into the undergrowth or burrows beneath the sand, escaping the worst of the midday heat. In the cool of night, the elusive Atacama toad emerges from its underground refuge. Spending most of its life in a state of torpor, it waits for the rare desert rains. When moisture finally returns, it breeds in ephemeral pools, racing the clock to complete its life cycle before the water vanishes once more. Even insects have carved a niche in these unforgiving lands. The fog-basking beetle climbs to the crest of dunes at dawn, angling its body to capture droplets from the morning mist, transforming fog into a lifeline. Each of these creatures, from mammal to reptile to insect, is a testament to resilience. Through nocturnal habits, water-saving physiology, and ingenious camouflage, they endure where few others can. In South America's deserts, survival is not just a challenge, it is an ever-evolving art, honed by the relentless forces of sun, sand, and scarcity. In the intricate web of South American life, apex predators stand as silent sentinels, orchestrating the delicate balance of entire ecosystems. From the dense emerald depths of the Amazon to the wind-swept plains of Patagonia, these top-tier hunters shape the fabric of their habitats, not merely by what they consume, but by how their very presence ripples through the wild. The jaguar, South America's iconic big cat, reigns as a master regulator in the rainforest. Its powerful jaws and stealthy approach make it a formidable force, preying on capybaras, peccaries, and caimans. Yet the jaguar's influence extends far beyond the hunt. By keeping herbivore populations in check, it prevents overgrazing and allows lush vegetation to flourish. This, in turn, provides food and shelter for countless smaller creatures, maintaining a vibrant mosaic of life. In the Andean highlands, the puma, adaptable and elusive, plays a similar role. Its diet is varied, spanning guanacos, deer, and rodents, and each hunt sends subtle signals throughout the ecosystem. When pumas thin out dominant prey species, they create space for less common animals to thrive, fostering biodiversity and ecological resilience. The harpy eagle, with its colossal talons and unrivaled aerial prowess, is the rainforest's apex avian predator. By preying on monkeys, sloths, and large birds, it influences the behavior and distribution of these species. Forest canopies grow denser and more diverse as prey animals alter their routines to avoid detection, promoting a healthy, dynamic forest structure. Meanwhile, in the rivers and wetlands, the black caiman sits atop the aquatic food chain. This ancient reptile preys on fish, birds, and even mammals, regulating populations and preventing any single species from dominating the waterways. Its presence ensures that aquatic ecosystems remain balanced, supporting everything from tiny invertebrates to wading birds. The impact of apex predators extends even to creatures they never directly encounter. Their activities can trigger cascades, complex chains of cause and effect that shape entire landscapes. When predators suppress the numbers or alter the behavior of prey, plant communities are spared from overbrowsing, soil erosion is reduced, and water quality improves. This phenomenon, known as a trophic cascade, highlights the profound influence these guardians exert, often unseen but always essential. Yet the absence of apex predators can unleash chaos. Without their regulating hand, prey populations surge, habitats degrade, and biodiversity withers. The story of South America's wild places is, in many ways, the story of its top predators, ancient forces that have sculpted nature's balance for millennia. Through the silent stalk of a jaguar, the soaring flight of a harpy eagle, and the patient watch of a black caiman, the ecosystems of South America remain vibrant and whole. Apex predators are not merely hunters, they are the guardians of balance, the architects of life's enduring harmony. Across the vast landscapes of South America, the rhythm of life is orchestrated by the turning of the seasons, from the tropical rains that drench the Amazon to the icy winds that sweep across Patagonia. Each shift in weather brings profound changes to the continent's wildlife. In the Amazon rainforest, the arrival of the wet season is heralded by thunderous downpours. Rivers swell and flood the forest floor, transforming the landscape into a watery labyrinth. Capybaras and caimans glide through the new waterways, while arboreal monkeys and sloths retreat higher into the canopy, seeking refuge from rising waters. Fish such as the famed pirarucu migrate into the flooded forests, feasting on fruits that drop from overhanging branches, an annual banquet made possible only by the seasonal rains. Meanwhile, in the grasslands of the Cerrado, the dry season brings parched earth and golden fields. Water becomes scarce, driving animals like the giant anteater and maned wolf to travel greater distances in search of sustenance. Some species, such as the armadillo, dig deeper burrows to escape the relentless sun, emerging only in the cool of dusk to forage. High in the Andes, the sharp contrast between wet and dry seasons shapes the lives of guanacos, Andean condors, and vizcachas. As winter snows blanket the peaks, many animals descend to lower elevations, following the receding snow line in pursuit of vegetation. The elusive spectacled bear takes advantage of the seasonal bounty, foraging on ripe fruits and tender shoots that appear with the spring thaw. In the Pantanal, the world's largest tropical wetland, the cyclical flooding dictates the movements of countless species. Jaguars and anacondas capitalize on the congregation of prey around shrinking pools as waters recede. Birds such as the jabiru stork and hyacinth macaw time their breeding cycles to coincide with the abundance of fish and insects during the high water months. Even the arid Atacama Desert is not immune to seasonal transformation. Rare rains trigger dazzling blooms of wildflowers, attracting clouds of butterflies and nectar-feeding birds. Desert foxes and rodents emerge from their shelters, seizing the brief window of abundance before the land returns to its stark stillness. For South America's wildlife, survival is a dance with the seasons, a constant adaptation to the ever-changing tapestry of rain, drought, heat, and cold. These cycles forge resilience, shaping behaviors, migrations, and life histories. As the seasons turn, so too does the story of life, woven into the very fabric of this wild and wondrous continent.